Alrighty, what's going on guys? I'm thesolobandit and welcome back to CarX Drifting Online. So in today's video, we are going to be doing a top 10 types of players in CarX Drifting Online. So if you enjoy this video in any way, shape or form, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like if you haven't liked already. And with that said, let's get into number one. Okay, so the first driver we have is the Sleepy Boy. This player loves to just randomly go into random servers and, well, fall asleep. If you actually look in the distance, you can see a Sleepy Boy in the distance there in a little red car. We have another Sleepy Boy over here, and a guy who was just upside down next to him, but this server seems to be pretty full with them. They're quite annoying for many reasons. Not only do they block important drifting sections and causes chaos and pile-ups, but they also waste lobby spaces. Now we can kick these players, but no one ever does, because they're always buddies with someone, right? So they just get straight back in and then fall straight back asleep again. So this is why they made it onto the list today. Sleepy Boy, very, very annoying player. But, they're pretty common. They're pretty common here in the wild in CarX. So this is why it made it onto the list. Okay, so this one is called the Time Traveler. This guy is really, really talented. He honestly is. He manages to bend space and time with his absolutely ridiculous connections for the most part. He also is really, really talented at merging his car with other people's cars. This is not me, by the way. I've just hid the name because I don't really want to shame anybody. But this guy is usually found flipping either himself or other people into oblivion or space, and like I said, merging his car with other people's cars. Unfortunately, this poor guy in this RS up here is getting absolutely trolled to shit, so apologies to that guy. I think this is actually an Outcast member, which is even funnier, but these guys, they're not really good for anything in this server, and you really want to steer clear of these drivers. They're really, really annoying. Moving on to the next one on the list, and this one honestly is one of the most irritating players that I've come across, and this is the Unwanted Trickster. This dude insists on leading every single race, or every single drifting session, right? He wants to be at the front, but he always pops these ridiculous 180s, 360s, these switchbacks, these reverse entries, something, and then he screws up everyone's line. He makes it a mess, and then he always makes it a mission to try and get back to the front of the line, but no one wants to have that. They usually push them out of the way, and that guy is usually, shot into oblivion and left in the dust, where they belong, rightfully so. So please, once again, definitely don't be this guy. We don't like it when people do all these stupid tricks in the game, when it's uncalled for. If you're going to do that, make sure you're doing it with a bunch of your friends, because you're just going to annoy everybody in the room. Okay, so next on the list we have the pros. These guys are actually a lot of fun to drift with when you do manage to find them. Here we actually see a few of these race specimens. We have about 3 or 4 of them. Great tandems when you come across these guys. Not only are they very, very good, but their cars look insanely nice as well. So definitely look out for these guys. Okay, so moving on from the pro player, we also have the not so pro player. This guy is pretty similar in the way he looks and the way his cars handle, but unfortunately for him, well, he has the drifting skills of an angry chimpanzee. These guys, as you can tell, are extremely twitchy. They're all over the place because they simply just haven't had enough time in the game. Luckily for them, they can practice, so it's not that much of an issue if you fall under this category. We all want to have a car that looks good. We all want a tune setup that works well. But unfortunately, if you don't put in the time, you're not going to get any better. And you're just going to be stuck being an angry chimp, slapping that handbrake 24/7. So please, practice, practice, practice. Alright, now moving on to one of the biggest crybaby people in CarX. I like to call this person Captain Ban It. Okay, this guy will literally, like it says, ban everybody for literally the most stupidest reasons in this game. They will try and vote you out for having a car which is better than theirs, being faster than them, following them too close, not giving consent when you accidentally touch their rear bumper. Maybe you mispronounce their pronouns for what their car actually is because you call it a Honda, not a Hyundai. I don't bloody know. These dudes are pathetic. Don't give them any sort of attention. They shouldn't even be in this game. They need to sort out their lives before they even jump into these games. So, Captain Ban It. Avoid this guy at all measures. Alrighty, moving on to the next one, and I like to call this guy the driving billboard. Now, I've got no problem with self-promotion when it comes to your own YouTube channels, nothing wrong with it. But there's just some people out there that just take it to a whole nother level. They are just like beggars at this point. They will be just spamming their car with their TTV here, follow me here, sub here, you'll get free this, you'll get free that if you subscribe, you know, sub for sub. They literally will do anything for that one subscriber, and it's really, really sad to see, guys, that you don't need crazy high subs to prove that you are better than somebody else. If you just provide good quality content, the people will come, my friend, okay? The people will come. Alrighty, so the next one we have on the list is the artist. This person spends more time creating liveries and stuff like that. This is actually my car, huh? Anyway, you know, there is actually a livery design on the channel, so be sure to go check that out if you are interested in this livery design. But anyway, these dudes give you crazy amounts of inspiration, which is responsible for a lot of the different builds in the game. I too take a lot of inspiration from these people. Okay, now moving on to the next group, we have the Kings of Realism. That's the mini bike wheel gang. Well, that's what I like to call them anyway. You'll find this special creature over in the 90s lobbies, either abusing normal size wheel groups and telling everyone else how they know so much more because realism. I'm not too sure if these people know how physics works and how things actually work in real life, but this is anything but realism. If anything, this is more close to clown car material, okay? This is like a driving flint and steel striker. This thing lets off more sparks than a goddamn sparkler. It's ridiculous. Not to mention that the wheels on this thing looks like the wheels off my son's Hot Wheel car, okay? They are tiny. Once again, absolutely ridiculous, but in their eyes, it's pure realism. Not too sure what they're smoking. I don't want any of that stuff. That's a bad batch. Also, if you're unfortunate enough to find yourself in a lobby full of these people, be aware. They can be very aggressive if cornered, so be careful when you're handling these ones or when you come across these ones. You have been warned. And finally, we have the car enthusiast, which is about 90% of players in CarX Drifting Online. These players have the best attitude. They usually don't fall in with all of that in-game political junk, all of the crybaby drama which does happen, and all the realism versus competitiveness talk. They don't care about that. They just finished work, they just finished school, they jumped on their favorite CarX or drifting game, and they just want to bang doors. You know, they just want to have some fun, and this is definitely the group that you want to be a part of. And this is why I put this on the list as the final one, because this is what everyone should be looking for in CarX lobbies. You might not be the best, but hey, you're going to have the most fun. Alrighty, so there we go, guys. These are the 10 types of players that you will most likely come across in CarX Drifting Online. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Once again, if you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash that like button. Which group do you fall into, or which group do you think you fall into? Also, let me know down in the comment section below, what do you think is the worst type of player in CarX Drifting Online? Be interesting to see what you guys say. Keep it civil, you know, this isn't a crazy argument, this is all just for fun, so, you know, don't be the Captain Bandit style person and get all butthurt and offended over these little things, which, it's just a video game at the end of the day. We're all here to have fun. This is just for entertainment purposes. And with that out of the way, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, you already know what to do. I'm Solo Bandit, and I'll catch you in the next one.